Hey everyone, welcome to the Ultimate Real Estate Podcast, where we bring you the best strategies, the best insights, and success stories from top industry leaders to help you scale your real estate business. Whether you're a brand new agent or a seasoned pro, this podcast is designed to give you actionable tips and expert advice to dominate your market. Be sure to subscribe so that way you never miss out on more expert interviews like this. Today, we have a very special guest, Rudy Kusuma, the broker owner of Partner Real Estate. Rudy's a powerhouse in the real estate world, known for building high performance brokerages that provide agents with a steady flow of leads, cutting edge technology, and a proven system for massive success. His innovative approach to team building, lead generation, and client guarantees has set him apart as a true industry leader. In this episode, we're going to dive deep into Rudy's journey, his secrets to growing a top producing team, and his advice for agents looking to scale their own business in today's competitive market. If you're ready to learn from one of the best in the business, you just don't want to miss out in this conversation. So grab a notepad, turn up the volume, and let's get started. Rudy, I just want to thank you so much. I know you've got a packed schedule, Monday through Friday, probably even on the weekends. So I really value and appreciate your time to do something like this. Just so you can share, like with the listeners, your journey into real estate and how you built Partner Real Estate.
Wow. That's a long journey, David. So interrupt anytime, all right? So
Yeah.
got my license 2007 and October 2007 and 2008 is the crash real estate. So that's my first listing is in October 2007 and that is a short sale listing. And I was a brand new agent and basically all I did just doing an open house every single day. And when I do open house every single day, that's when I get a lot of the consumers, basically a lot of customers, buyers. And I realized in 2008, 2007, I was with a real estate company called ERA, and then in December, that real estate brokerage basically shut down. And then I moved to Coldwell Banker in 2008. Remember, I still have that one listing, right? I still have that one listing. So I moved in Coldwell Banker, and then I realized when I was in Coldwell Banker, all these agents, everybody's talking about how bad the economy is. Everybody, either they quit the business or they have nothing to do and they're just complaining how bad the economy. And then I was like, I was a brand new agent and I was just doing open house. Remember, I only have one listing and I really literally do open house every single day, Monday, Tuesday, because in my mind was thinking I have nothing to do anyway, right? I was a brand new agent. I only have one listing. And so I do open house every day. I look at it as my office hours, basically. Instead of just sitting in that Coldwell Banker office, I was sitting at this open house, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so and then that's how I pick up a lot of customers. And then when I was in Coldwell Banker office, I realized these agents have nothing to do. So first thing, naturally, I didn't even think much other than I look at the person next to me in my cubicle and says, "Hey, do you want to share these customers?" Right? I have these many people coming in every day at my open house and a short sale. I remember, I think fair market value 800,000 on the market for 600,000. So literally, when I say every day, I literally mean every day 20, 30 people lining up at this open house. Now, I only do open house for 1 hour, and the reason this is all by accident, and the reason I do open house by 1 hour because I spend the 2 hours doing a door knocking, inviting everybody to come to the open house, and then 2 hours set up. So that's why it's everybody come within that 1 hour time. So every day I picked up 10, 15, 20 new customers looking to buy or sell. So I went back to my Coldwell Banker office. I look at all these agents have nothing to do. So I say, hey, what if I supply you with deals? Right? What if I supply you with deals because I cannot take all these customers by myself? I'm getting 10, 15, 20 new customers every day, and you look like you have nothing to do. So I'll share with you at the close of escrow, then we'll just share the income. Everybody say yes. So that's kind of like the beginning of how accidentally how the team started. I didn't know back then. I did not know it was a team. All I know is that I have an overflow of customers, and then the other agents next to my cubicle complaining how slow the market was. So in my mind, what are you talking about, right? So I have this many business. So that's the genesis of the team concept. I was with Coldwell Banker, and then I become the number one agent in Coldwell Banker office in that office within my first year in 2008, and then with Remax. Our team became the number one team in Remax in California, did about 400 sales a year. And then right now, as you mentioned, partner real estate. But the concept still the same, David. The concept is basically we supply buyers and listing appointments to the agent. Now, obviously, today it's a little bit more complex. We have admin staff team, we have ISA, we have all these people. But if we were to step back from a very high level, essentially we generate business for you. So my partners, the agent's partner, have to be really good at one thing and one thing only, which is buyers and listing appointment. Just close the deal, right? So that's a
Amazing.
very
Yeah.
short version of
Yeah.
of this. Our team now did about 1,000 transactions in the last 12 months.
That's amazing. I was just on Zillow. There's over 1,805 five-star reviews from your team, Rudy. That's remarkable. So basically, you've been doing team building from the very beginning. Now it's like you said, it's more complex because your team has grown so much. Uh, as far as like right now where agents are at, what are some of the challenges that you see? Let's say a new agent getting into the business. What separates from somebody that's being successful today or not being successful? Would you mind sharing that with the listeners?
Yeah, wow. You guys have to realize everybody is new at one point, right? Like I was new if you meet me in October 2007, I literally just got my license in October 2007. So in my ERA office back then, the office name is ERA. I don't think it's around, or Coldwell Banker or Remax, David. You realize there's somebody else. You need to understand this. In October 2007, it's not like the beginning of real estate business, right? There's somebody else that's been in business for 20, 30 years, right? So first, if you just get your real estate license or you are whatever, you think you are new, you got to stop thinking that way. You are new the day you get your license, right? So we need to get over that. And then, so we need to start when I say hustling, I'm talking about as simple as literally all I did is just doing open house every day, right? Doing open house every day, showing homes every day. Well, we cannot say show homes because if you say, well, I have no customer, okay, open house, right? We do open house every day, right? Do open house every day. And today 2025, there's so many successful team. Find somebody that have what you want, and that's called a mentor, right? Find somebody that have what you want and just partner up with them, right? It's so easy now, and people are more collaborative. I remember back then everybody was so secretive, right? Now you find somebody that have done what you want and partner up with them, make them be your mentor, and I can guarantee you they're more than happy to share whatever that makes them successful. So essentially as simple as that. Number one, be willing to work hard. Do what others are not willing to do so that you can have what others won't have, right? I don't think what we did is spectacular. It literally is just an open house, right? But it's every day, every day, every day, every day. When I say every day, I literally means every day, right? And then second, now find a mentor, find somebody so that way you can shortcut all these it's not only what to do, but it's also what not to do. And that's the job, that's the role of a mentor, right? The role of a mentor is to shortcut, what to do and which pitfalls to avoid. And that's it. And willing to work and pray. Because believe it or not, making money it's a spiritual journey, David. And when I say that, I mean, okay, let's be realistic. Am I the only one that came up with this idea of open house? I don't think so. I believe other people, right? And then as we do more longer in business, David, you realize that there's doors open up, opportunities open up. You meet people, right? You meet the right people. You meet the right opportunity. I think I do. Okay. So I do my end, which is work every day, right? I will. I'm the first one that came in that Coldwell Banker office, 7 o'clock in the morning. I came in before the receptionist came in, and then I'm the last one out. I go home at 10 o'clock. Just so not only doing the open house, but what to do after we do the open house. So I call book an appointments, and then show homes, right? So that's why I can only do 1 hour open house because I have to do the work after the open house. So that's number one, open house, find a mentor and pray because there's so much we can do. Beyond that, God's opened the way, right? Because when I met all these opportunities, uh, I believe it's not me, right? Because like how do you explain, I remember when I was on I was when I was out of the country, David. That's the day that I get a phone call from Zillow, giving me that Zillow sellers connections, right? So obviously that's not me, right? So things like that you couldn't explain, right? So like yesterday, last week, get a phone call from Open Door, for example, getting a listing, all these corporate accounts that we get. I believe, yeah, we as a human, we have to work hard. We need to hustle. We need to find a mentor. But at the same time, we got to pray because God opens the door, opens the opportunity, connect you with the right people and stuff like that, you know?
That is so great that you share that, Rudy, because yeah, there's it's just what I'm also hearing is that this business is more than just Rudy. It's designed for a bigger platform, and the bigger the platform that you're getting called to, the bigger doors get open, like Zillow. And I remember when you first got that door open with Zillow when they started just doing the Flex program out there, and it was like you guys were the first pick in California, and it's continued to evolve over the years. So what type of advice would you give somebody that's maybe successful today, in terms of they've got a good business going on, but they want to branch out and start that team? What are some of the pitfalls that you see that people do that too early, or they're just not successful at it that they could probably learn from somebody like yourself?
Yeah, okay. So first, in order to grow the business, you gotta really have an overflow of business, right? So meaning, I think, like you mentioned, David, the most common mistakes I notice people try to build a team, they themselves don't have enough business for themselves, right? So first, you gotta have an overflow. So if you remember my story, accidentally, the reason I say accidentally because really I did not study from anybody other than doing that open house, right? So accidentally in October 2007, I realized having that overflow business. So if you are thinking of going to the next level now, step number one, you yourself have to have an overflow business. The only reason you are building a team, it's so that you can leverage yourself out, meaning you yourself already max out, right? So you already close 20, 30 deals a month. I mean, yourself, and you cannot work more than what I already work 7 days a week. I cannot work more than 7 days a week, but I have these customers. So that's why we build a team. So step number one, make sure you have an overflow of business. If you don't have an overflow of business, then that's the issue is not building a team. The issue is a lead gen issue. How do you get the business? So that's one. Second, assuming we have an overflow of business, then to scale the business, then we just have to make it position driven. When I say position driven, I'm talking about uh, look at the job of a real estate agent, right? So first I have to do that open house to generate my business. I have to input that customer into my Excel spreadsheet. Back then I didn't have my CRM. My CRM was my Excel spreadsheet. Put it into my Excel spreadsheet. And then I have to call, and then I book the appointments. I have to show up at the appointments. I have to do my buyers and listing appointments, then show homes. You notice there are 7 different positions, right? First, I have to do the open house. That's the lead gen. I have to input that into my CRM. That's the admin. I have to call back to follow up. That's the the inside sales position. And then I book that appointments, right? And then that's kind of like a nurturing. Nurturing is like a customer, we call it customer service now. So the ISA, inside sales team job is to check timing motivation. If they're ready to buy and sell, book it to you now. If they're not, then customer service will nurture it. And then when they're ready, then we book the appointments to you. That's an outside sales agent position. So when outside sales agents show up, is show up to book buyers and listing appointments. And then showing agent, meaning we show homes. And then there's a transaction coordinators that's doing all the paperwork. As you can see, David, at least there are 10 positions right there. So in order for us to scale it, then these 10 people, there gotta be 10 different positions. And initially it may be you, right? If I'm the top producers, then it's okay. But at least you need to know there are 10 different positions. We need to be aware. Start with awareness, right? Okay, I'm aware I'm doing the job of 10 different positions. And then slowly we scale back. So in 2008 or 9, I forgot, 2009 maybe, David, that's when I hired my first assistant because I realized, okay, there are 10 job. Out of these 10 job of a real estate agent, which one that I can delegate, right? So the easiest, my first hire was an assistant. So I still remember back then, I think it was $7 or $8 an hour, something like that. Whatever the minimum wage, it was a big deal for me because I never pay anybody on salary. That was my first salaried position, right? I was so nervous, but you need to remember that $8 an hour active or whatever. I think today is what $20 an hour.
I think
So
so.
if yeah, what so if today minimum wage is $20 an hour, then that position have to be able to produce at least 5 times. So if $20 an hour, it's $100. So now you need to ask yourself, if I hire somebody, if I hire an admin at $20 an hour, can I use my time going to a listing appointments or buyer's appointment and make at least $100 an hour? If the answer is yes, bam, then that position, that $20 an hour, it doesn't cost you $20 an hour. It actually adds more revenue. So that was I remember my first hire, David. It was a big struggle because I never hired anybody. I barely had money for me, right? So when hiring that first $8 an hour position, it was a struggle. Remember, my wife back then, she was still working as an employee somewhere else. So we need to figure out where is this money come from. So that was the first hire, but so that's scale. So first we need to delegate. So first you need to be aware of the position. So in my case, just now there are 10 positions, and then slowly to fire yourself. Slowly fire yourself. Replace yourself. So my first replacement was the admin. I replaced myself. So now when I did my open house. So when I did my open house, when I came back, that registration card, the tour of homes card, I give it to my admin. I say, hey, here is so my admin then input it into the CRM, right? Input it
Yeah.
to my CRM. And then slowly back pedal like that. Keep on firing yourself. My last termination, because every day I'm looking at myself. I need to fire me, right? Even today, I
Right.
need to fire me, right? So my last replacement was the ISA, and then the office manager. That's slowly on the position. But today I still hold the position as the CEO. The next fire, David. That's the next fire. I need to find somebody to be the CEO. It cannot be me. I need
Right.
to fire me, right? But anyway, that's hopefully that makes sense, David.
Yeah.
Slowly we.
Slowly fire yourself. I like that. Find ways to get rid of those activities and delegate them to somebody else. And hopefully those other people on the team are just doing a better job. That's why I look at it. If I can find somebody to do a better job than what I'm doing right now, then my business should grow and provide job opportunity out there. Let's switch
That
gears
is
on.
that is that is so right, David. I'm sorry, David is
Yeah.
so right on point because if you are the best, for me now, the problem in my business is me. If I'm the CEO of my business, and that's why this company can only grow to 1,000, right? So if you want to grow from 1,000 to 2,000, the first fire is the CEO, right? So that's you bring it right. So every time like when I was replacing the admin, if I was the admin, that so yeah, so you replace somebody like you said, David, the person that's replacing you is better than you. The reason they're better than you because they just focus on that. You know what I mean? That's why you need to find somebody that's better than you. Now, the reason I'm still holding my position here because I'm still looking for somebody better than me to hold this position. But yeah, you're right. That's on point.
That's great points right there for the listeners. Let's switch gears on lead generation. Sounds like you guys are just doing a phenomenal job with lead generation. It's really the driving force in your business, along with the team that you're building. So, what are some of the ways that if there's an agent in your area that's looking for opportunity, what are some of the things you talked about mentorship earlier? What are some of the things that you do to mentor new agents that are looking to jump into the business?
Do you want me to cover the lead generation first or the mentorship? Sorry, it sounds like there are two questions, right
Because you
there.
do off you mentioned Zillow, and I
I
know
see.
there's other corporate accounts, and along with
Yeah.
all the other marketing that you guys are doing right now.
Yeah, as far as the lead gen, we radio, billboards, direct mail. If you're a brand new agent listening to this, like I said just now, the simplest still today, I still believe that open house is the highest. I mean, the highest quality leads at the lowest, basically, it doesn't cost you anything, right? Other than, but you need your time. So I still, today, open house still the best as far as getting a highly motivated, because you get the people at the bottom of the funnel, basically at the open house. Right now, you just have to put your sweat equity at the open house. Now, as far as the open house, if you're a brand new agent, like me in October 2007, right? So that's the most efficient way, I believe, and I've proven it, and many agents here have done the same way. And then if you've been a little bit longer in the business and you have more funds, more money, then radio, billboards, direct mail. We are still doing we I still do about 50,000 direct mails a month for listings. And then David, you mentioned about corporate opportunities. Right now, we have corporate accounts with people like Zillow, easyhomesearch.com, and then Open Door. Those are some of our corporate partners. Now, those are the lead gen. So every month, David, we have at least what, 4,000 inquiries. These are buyers, sellers, and cash offer inquiries. About 3 to 4,000 inquiries a month, exclusively coming in here. And then, so once we have that overflow, you're mentioning about our mentorship program. So the way the mentorship program now, it's scale up. When I say it's scale up, so the only way for me to be able to mentor 100,000 people is basically we need to create a system, right? So we have in our team, we have our full-time managing broker. Her name is Lori, and basically she's responsible to do the daily training at 8 o'clock. And then on top of it, we have what we call our team leaders, where we actually is going to coach you on that one-on-one level. And then we have our sales manager who help you with the KPI as when you receive our company generated deals to make sure that your numbers meet the conversion. So right now, and then we have agent success manager that's going to meet with you one-on-one every week. So right now, the way our mentorship program works, David, I'm mentoring through people, so that way we can scale up this model, because this year 2025, I don't know. I feel like I've been getting a lot of calls from broker owners in the area. Just this week, I have two meetings with broker owners, top broker owners in the area. So I feel like this year, 2025, is to partner up with 100 broker owners in the area, and then we are met. So and then we give the tools, our playbook to that broker owners in that location, so that the broker owners in that location can model our program to their own group. So that's what we are working on this year in 2025. We are mentoring other people through our system by partnering up with 100 broker owners in SoCal.
Phenomenal. What about like agents that want to get involved with partner real estate? What would they do?
If you like to learn more about partner real estate, we actually, our growth manager, her name is Chelsea, she's hosting every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, hosting a virtual backstage tour of our office. So that way you can see everything that I'm talking about here. Go to www.tuesdaymasterclass.com. It's tuesdaymasterclass.com. And you can, and also once you come in and that online preview, there is no cost, there is no obligation. It's just take a look at our team system, not just virtually, David. You are also welcome any of our events. We always do live in-person events every week here. Any of our events, you are welcome to stop by, because I think the best way, David, I believe this, the best way for me to help you is basically just to help you. That's it. Meaning, just come into one of our events. Anybody welcome, right? Just go to make sure you talk to our growth manager Chelsea, so that way we know who you are, right? And then that way, once we register you, then you're welcome to stop by any of our events, so you can meet the real people.
Amazing, Rudy. You just packed it out with so much great information that I think anyone that's just starting a real estate career, or even a top pro, there's some things in there that they can actually receive from to level up their game. So thank you so much, Rudy, for jumping on this podcast. We greatly value that, and we'll look forward to some future podcasts with you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure, David. Thank you for the invitation. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks, Rudy. Wow, what an incredible conversation with Rudy Kusuma, a true industry leader who has shared so much valuable insights on building a successful real estate business. From lead generation to team building and the future of real estate, Rudy has given us actionable strategies that can help any agent take their career to the next level. If you found this episode valuable and helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast or YouTube channel here. So that way you never miss out on more expert interviews like this one. And if you really got value from today's conversation, leave us a review. It helps us grow and bring more even top tier guests. Also, be sure to follow Rudy and Partner Real Estate to learn more about what he's helping agents scale their business. We'll drop all the info, the links in the show notes below. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Ultimate Real Estate Podcast.